YouTube. Well, I hope you guys are doing okay and everything. So today's video is gonna be on communication with the whole healthcare team, okay? So if you notice, I got a new stethoscope. I don't have the black one no more. I haven't had the black one in a while. I just use it for the videos because it's always at home. But this is the one I use for work. It's pink, not too shiny, but it is shiny. And it's a Littman. No, I don't think this has a bell. But if I had a bell, I wouldn't use it because I don't really know what to use it for. I did use it the other day for bell sounds, and I was listening, and the lady, I could not hear any bell sounds. Like, I just kept listening. Then I heard the doctor outside the door. So I was like, she came in because this was one of the patients that was actually sick. So she came in and listened as well, not with my stethoscope, but with hers, and she didn't hear bell sounds as well. So I don't know how that patient is doing now, but she was a hospice patient, so we were just keeping her comfortable. And the family was aware of what was going on. Well, she doesn't really have family, but you know, her contact in her chart, who is close with her and cares a lot about her, was in the loop. So they chose to not send her to the hospital. She was throwing up. It was like effortless throwing up. It was like bizarre. And the day before they reported like mucusy throw up, and then she started with the coffee ground emesis, and it's real watery, and it does look like coffee grounds in there, so it has to be a GI bleed, right? So she's very, very, very elderly and frail. So she did remain on hospice, and I'll be going back tomorrow, so I'll see how she's doing. And I started out talking about the stethoscope. So yeah, this stethoscope is a good stethoscope. If you didn't see the one video, a tip on stethoscopes are, do not wear it around your neck. Like, every time you go to work, do not wear it around your neck. The lipids in your skin somehow make the stethoscope stiff. So you'll have a curve in your stethoscope where your neck is, like permanently, eventually the curve will happen, and it happened in 2 of my stethoscopes. So this one, I'm keeping it in my work bag. I do have this stethoscope holster. I ordered that. It works with my one pair scrubs, but not the other one, the other type. But yeah, if you're like just a long-term care nurse and you're not using your stethoscope for like heart sounds and stuff, just basic heart sounds, and bowel sounds, I would get this one. It was only $55. You get the brand name Littman. And even in the summertime, I've been keeping it in my trunk, and I haven't had any issues. So, and it's been a couple months. So $55, Littman. I don't know the title of it, but anyway, that story I was telling you earlier ties into what we're talking about here. Communication with the healthcare team. Hospice is one of the people you will be communicating with. If you have a hospice patient, anything comes up with them, if they have a skin tear, if they have a stage 1, 2, 3, or 4, if they develop, like my patient did, a possible GI bleed, can't say for sure, but it sure looked like it. If they develop something, you have to call the doctor first, of course, but then you have to call hospice second. Now, the good thing about calling hospice is once you call hospice, 9 times out of 10 for me, they call the family. They take it from there. Like, they have their ways of communicating in a hospice kind of way, where it's an end of the life situation. So they communicate with the family. Okay, so anything with a hospice patient goes to the hospice company. Now, you're not calling physical therapy, occupational therapy for these patients. You're keeping them comfortable, okay? So with the hospice patients, it's pretty much the family and the doctor. That's basically it. So that's one situation. If you have a patient and they fall, falls get reported to the doctor, of course. Falls get reported to the family because that's significant. So we have the doctor, the family. Now you also report it to physical therapy, and they will address any issues related to the fall. They'll address, was the fall from weakness? If it was, they'll develop that strength with them. If the fall is regarding positioning, they slid out the chair, physical therapy as well, okay? Any issues with swallowing the doctor gets a report on that, and then speech therapy gets a report on that, okay? Like I noted earlier, positioning, that's physical therapy. Any decline in function where, say a patient has a stroke or something, or they have something, or just a decline, they're not eating well with the utensils they have, or all of a sudden they can't bend down. Like, there's a lot of different utensils they could have. There's a lot of different things for ADLs that they could have. Like, I don't want to say gadgets, but basically that's what I'm talking about. Like, devices, I should say, like assistive devices. So yeah, anything regarding positioning or anything regarding a decline of function where they can't perform ADLs like they should or they used to be able to, that's physical therapy and occupational therapy. But physical therapy is positioning, occupational therapy is ADLs, that kind of thing. Then you would tell the doctor and the family, and look, we noticed this and this is what we're doing, and then the doctor will approve it, or the doctor will put his or her 2 cents in, and then you can tell the family, and they can know what's going on with their family members. So when they come in and they see these utensils, they're not like, at dinner time or whatever, they're not like, why does my mom have this crazy looking spoon? Like, what's going on? And you don't want to be standing there saying, oh yeah, well, she had a decline and she couldn't really eat that well with the utensil she had, so we had given her this. But it's like, well, you didn't tell us, you know. So somebody in the family, that go-to person in the family in their chart, needs to be aware of all these little things, okay? A weight loss or a weight gain is the doctor, the family, the dietitian. If they get snacks and they hate their snacks, then you would tell the dietitian, and the dietitian would prescribe another type of snack that would still meet the same needs, maybe a different flavor or a totally different snack. So that's it with that. Any new wounds, if you have a wound care specialist, like your unit manager will probably tell her, but if there's a wound care nurse, make her aware. Tell the doctor, tell the family. Like, any little change, you need to tell the family all the time. Because little things, if I didn't that the family doesn't know, if I didn't know about my mom or my dad, I would be like, what else aren't you guys telling me? So every little change with your patients, let the family know. Hey, we noticed she's not eating that much, so I just let the dietitian know. I just want to let you know. Mom seems a little down lately. I let the doctor know, and a therapist will be in to talk to her and evaluate the situation. Just wanted to let you know. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you deal with the family. And then after you get off the phone with the family or the doctor or physical therapy or occupational therapy, you document it. Like, yo, I let so-and-so know. They voiced no concerns. They agreed to proceed with current plan of care. Physical therapy aware, MD aware. Cover yourself. Did you tell so-and-so? It's like, yeah, I told them. Because sometimes, and then the other thing is with the family, they can make up something totally different from the conversation you had. Like, in the conversation you had with them, they could be like, oh yeah, that's fine, yeah, that sounds good. And then they'll call back like furious the next day once they get to thinking. But at least you have your documentation to say, like, look, no, they were cool. They verbalized nothing. No concerns. They agreed to proceed with the current plan. Okay, so cover your butt with your documentation, okay? Anything with like housing, clothes, social services. Social services will reach out to the family. They can call the family and tell the family, look, they need clothes. Can you help them? If they're trying to get out of the facility and they're trying to find housing, tell social services. Also, if your activities department has laptops to lend out to the residents, like at my facility they do, help your patients be independent as they can be. Like if they're trying to look for a job or they're trying to look for housing, give them a laptop. Let them be as independent as they can be. Elopement, yo, you do not want an elopement to ever happen. An elopement is when the patient, I think if they get out the front door and the staff doesn't know, it's considered an elopement. But don't quote me on it. But if they get out and like off the premises, that's definitely an elopement. So that gets reported. So if you're the nurse on and you can't find your patient, you have to call, tell the supervisor. And the one thing, you don't have to do the supervisor's job, but you have to know what's going on. Like, what should my supervisor be doing? Because you don't want to be mixed up in nothing. So you want to make sure that supervisor is telling the DON and the administrator, and then they have to report it to authorities, and they have to report it to the state within a certain amount of time. It's a lot to an elopement. I can get into that on another video, and of course tell the family. You can't find your family member. We lost them. Oh my god. Know where your patients are, y'all. You do not want to go through an elopement. But that's a whole drill, the elopement thing. So that's it for this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will talk to you guys soon. And if you like this video, hit subscribe. I would really appreciate it so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.